I have with me former Minister of State for Defence, Mr. Pallam Raju. So there's been much talk about the Augusta deal and how criterias were changed, criterions were fixed in a way that it suited a certain company and a certain transaction and a purchase deal. What is your understanding of the entire issue of AgustaWestland choppers?
There was an imperative for acquiring these helicopters for VIP movement, and the ministry in 2010 floated a tender. But when it came to the notice of the ministry in 2013 about some irregularities, the then Raksha Mantri, Mr. Antony, quickly called it off, and we took action according to the agreement, because the rules that were placed for any acquisitions were very stringent, and every company had to sign certain points about the transparency and all that. And the moment this came to the notice, he quickly called it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And today, how do you think the game changes, or the dynamics of the case itself changes, when an Italian court observes that Italian officials and a company paid bribes to get their way through this deal? How do you think the dynamics of the case changes, sir, regardless of you having called back or your government having called back on the deal?
No, I'm sure that whatever is the law will take its course in terms of identifying who was responsible, and I'm sure appropriate action will be taken.
Fingers being pointed to the senior leadership of the Congress party and the then top leadership of the UPA government.
I think that's only a speculation, but let us be very clear that knowing that there is a lot of sensitivity involved in defense acquisitions, we went about it in a very, very transparent manner. And whenever there was any irregularity that was observed in any acquisition, no matter what, we acted swiftly in calling it off, and that shows. And we also took measures to blacklist companies which were indulging in such practices.
The opposition seems to be taking an impetus, sir, from this, and they're standing a step above while they speak about the deal itself and about the UPA government and the Congress.
No, I think the government is trying to paint us in bad light, but we know what we did. Our conscience is clear. We acted in the best interest of the country, and whenever there was any irregularity, we did not waste any time.
In your experience and understanding, sir, the relevance and importance of an Italian court's observations about a certain deal in connection to India and Indian defense?
No, because it was an acquisition that was being made by India, and it was an Italian company involved, so naturally the observations will be taken into consideration.
Okay. The relevance and importance in an Indian context and on Indian soil, sir?
See, I think whenever there's any irregularity, it is equally important for important consideration, especially if there's been any irregularity, and I'm sure that we will act on it very swiftly.
Thank you.
Thank you.